Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Paradox Machine. Today I just wanted to do a quick review of what I've been doing off camera to help improve my absolutely horrible Gunlance set that I was using for the last video against Gosserog. I've done some grinding, got some things put together. I replaced the Rathian Gunlance. I'll just pull this up actually. So, equipment info, I am now using the Rampage Gunlance S. I did put my Rampage skills on there. I'm using the Sharpness Type 3, Non-Elemental Boost, and Shelling Long 3. That gives us the Shelling level 5 for the Long Gunlance. I picked the Sharpness 3 type because Sharpness 4 would give us white sharpness, a small amount, a tiny sliver of blue, and a large chunk of green, but also reduced our attack. And that just didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense for me. Even with the multiplier from the white sharpness, the reduction in attack kind of didn't pay off. So I used Sharpness level 3. That gives us a fairly large chunk of blue sharpness that I haven't really had any issue with here at all, and the non-elemental boost, just because we're not using an element, it'll give us a little bit extra attack for that. I'm still using the Giratotus helm, thinking about changing that up, but there are some good skills with this helm. The Vaik mail, it doesn't actually have any skills on it, but it has great slots, so I'm definitely going to be sticking with that. And of course all of our Basil gear, because Basil gear just seems to be aimed directly for Gunlance gameplay. I'm also using this rather weak but not terrible talisman that came with Weakness Exploit 2, and then I threw another Tenderizer decoration in there. But altogether, it's not a bad skills set that we ended up with. We have Crit Eye 3, which will give us 15% affinity, Weakness Exploit, so when we're hitting the monster's weak spots, we'll have that 50% increased affinity, so that'll get us fairly decent affinity, I think. Offensive Guard. This is why I did not really put a lot of emphasis on putting attack in this build, mainly because most of the damage is going to be coming from the shelling attacks. But with Offensive Guard, so long as we can pull off a few well-timed blocks, there's 15% attack that lasts for a fairly decent amount of time. Then, of course, Artillery, which is just necessary for any kind of Gunlance or Charge Blade build. That'll increase our shelling attack by 30% and Wyvern Fire's cooldown by 50%, which is amazing. Evade Extender. Now, this is one that I've heard mixed reviews about, that everybody said, yes, it's important, but it's not that big of a deal. Well, I've tried it with no Evade Extender, Evade Extender 1, 2, and 3, and I have to tell you, level 3 is an amazing quality of life skill. I don't know how I was doing it without it. Just being able to move that much further when I need to and help myself position so that I can get off my shelling attacks, it makes a world of difference. It's amazing. Guard, I'm still toying with this one. With Evade Extender, we're not really using the shield for defense, really. We're using it mainly just so that we can get that extra 15% attack. So it doesn't seem like I'm really going to need to put too much emphasis on guard here. I've been doing fine with just level 2. It gives us a little bit of the stamina comfort there by 15%. So it's not an unimportant skill, but I don't see any reason to really add any more, especially with Offensive Guard. We're just going to be blocking one real quick just so that we can get that extra buff to our damage, and then after that I'm evading pretty much everything. Load Shells, that is going to give us our extra shell. Speed Sharpening, because this has decent blue sharpness, but not it's not infinite, so Speed Sharpening has come in handy. I'm still thinking maybe I should try to fit, if I can, that extra level in there. I'm not entirely sure. I could remove one of my guard decorations and throw in some more Speed Sharpening just so we can get off those really quick, cheeky little sharpens in the middle of combat. I don't know. I'll toy around with it a little bit more, do some more testing, and figure out exactly what I want to do. Guard up. This is just a byproduct of the equipment, I think. I don't have any guard up decorations in there, but reducing the damage taken by 30% when we block. I'm not going to try to get rid of it. I mean, that is actually kind of nice, especially if we're going to be blocking some attacks just so that we can get our offensive guard up. But, you know, it comes in handy every now and then. But all in all, I guess is a fairly decent set. My armor's not completely upgraded yet, so I am not getting complete defense out of this. But I do have 453 defense right now. Resistances, well, fire and water we're looking good at, but thunder, ice, and dragon, not looking so hot. Thunder especially, so fighting Apex Zenogre was ugly. I'm gonna have to get that video up here soon. It was a little bit of a nightmare, but I got it done. Attack, we're sitting at 225. A lot of people think that the attack needs to be up further than that I've talked to. I don't know necessarily though, because really I'm only attacking with the Gunlance, the actual lance with the Gunlance, mainly to get to my shelling attacks. It's not necessarily something that is incredibly important. The shelling attack is where most of our damage is coming from, so it's really, you know, I poke so I can reload. That's about it. So that's why I didn't make any emphasis to get any kind of element or status on this Gunlance. I'm going complete raw because, you know, poke, reload, shell, poke, reload, shell. That's basically all I'm doing. Because even though this is a long Gunlance, I'm seeing that it works a lot better just using this full burst rather than charge shelling. I tried doing some charge shelling with this Gunlance, and it doesn't seem like charge shelling's the way it used to be, especially if you're comparing it to Iceborne. It just doesn't seem like it does the same amount of damage. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of the build I'm using. We can run to the training area real quick just so that we can see exactly how much damage this thing is doing. All right, over here in the training area, let's see what exactly our weapon can do. So what we're really concerned about here is our shelling attacks. So let's see what those are going to do. Looks like we're doing 42 to 44, which isn't terrible. And let's see what our wide sweep does. 118, not terrible at all. So this isn't necessarily a meta build, but it's not bad. And as you can see, our sharpness is holding out fairly well, even with some melee attacks and all these shelling attacks. It's holding out pretty decently. So I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about sharpening. But that is the set that I am working with right now. I am going to be doing a lot more testing and working out some more things, seeing how much more damage I can get out of the Gunlance and exactly how fast I can get things killed with it. But I think that is where we're going to go ahead and call it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.